Coming out tonight. First of all those who helped organize it, the Chamber, all those that were involved in this, and the school for hosting this. I think this is an important part of democracy, and I just applaud each one for being here tonight. You know, it's a night where there's two major hockey games, and even before tonight when we were in the foyer out here, they said, Sorenson, the Vancouver game starts at 8 o'clock, so don't go too long. And we're going to try to honor that as well. As we have been door knocking throughout the riding of Crowfoot, there are two issues that keep coming back. First of all, many of the people say, Kevin, we're very disappointed that there's an election. We're frustrated that $300 million again will be spent on this election, the fourth election in 7 years. We're disappointed with that. But the first issue that they are frightened about is the issue of a coalition. The issue is leadership. Who best to continue to govern and to lead this country, especially as we come out of this recession? Friends, I'll tell you this. This is one of the deepest recessions. It is the deepest recession that we have seen since the Second World War. Canada, because of a lot of prudent and fiscal responsibility, was the last to go into the recession. We were the first to come out of the recession in the most industrialized countries, in the G7. We have seen a steady hand on the economic tiller here. We've seen a steady hand on the rudder as we've maneuvered through very turbulent and difficult waters. It's a responsibility that our Prime Minister has taken very seriously. And friends, organizations like the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, takes a look at Canada, and they've said that Canada is in best shape of all. Why is that? Why is it? Is it just because we have resources? Is it just because, you know, we're next to the Americans who have the largest economy in the world? Or is it because before going into this recession, we did things like pay down $40 billion of national debt? Is it because we took the GST from 7 to 6 to 5%? And foreign investors and domestic investors took a look at the economy in Canada and said, yes, combined with the fact that they're a resource-producing country, they also have sound economic policies and principles that govern them. That's exactly what the International Monetary Fund is saying. That's exactly what foreign investors are saying. You know, Canadians are exporters, and we sometimes prosper when we see a lower dollar. So when I talk to most of my manufacturing or the agricultural sector, they say, Kevin, we'd like to see an 80 to 85 cent dollar. That's best for us. But when there's this remarkable confidence in our economy, when foreign investors are saying, we're going to find shelter in the Canadian dollar, we're going to put our money into Canada, yes, it's driven our dollar up because there's confidence here. People have looked at what the Harper government has done, what our Conservative government have done, and they said, you know, they haven't promised like the other parties are promising in this election. They won't break the bank. They aren't going to step out and throw away all fiscal policies to the wind. I can tell you that when we entered the recession, I stood in caucus, and I did disagree with the Prime Minister. I did not like moving into deficit spending. I can stand here today and say that I believe I was wrong and he was right. Canadians didn't go like other countries and invest in every other social program they could. We didn't take the NDP and the Liberals' policy of a 45-day work year. That is, you work 45 days and you can go on EI for the rest of it. We said no, it's going to cost our economy too much. But if we're going to move into deficit, we will move into deficit by investing in things that will last and that matter most for long-term investment. And that's things like infrastructure, bridges, roads, buildings, sewer systems for our urban and even rural municipalities. And that's what we did. Friends, that's leadership. That's leadership. I've sat back and I've read through the policies of the Liberal and some of the NDP policies, and you're right. Those kind of promises are not being made by the Conservative government of Canada or by Prime Minister Harper. Friends, the question is leadership. Do you trust the leadership of the coalition or the continued steady hand of the Conservative government of Canada and our Prime Minister Stephen Harper? Thank you very much.